My name's Eric, and this video is on how to handle errors in Access VBA code. Alright, first of all, you have to generate a database. Okay, right click on your screen and click New in Access Database. And then whatever is created, I already have mine opened up because resources tell me it runs real slow when I do this on the screen. So I'm going to alternate F11 to go into my database window. Well, go into my code. It's my VBA code. It's a familiar editor for VB editor. So I'm going to right click and insert a module here. Again, you can do this in the form. So it's going to be a basic sub error sample, and here we're just going to create a sample error here. Well, that's an error in itself, but it's my fault and not something that I need to handle. I just need to handle it. I deal with my own mess ups. Okay, error sample. So let's say the first error we're going to have is just a division error. Dim int as integer. Can't do that. So int x as integer. Int x as integer. And then if int x, okay, so int x equals the result of, let's say, 0 divided by, say, this will cause an error, 6 divided by 0. And then we have message box int x. Okay, so then I'm pressing F5 to start to go through here. Macros are disabled. Well, let's see why. I think because I didn't enable the content. Yeah, enable content. Yes, I want to save the changes. Let's just call it this name. Okay, so that shows how to, what you're probably going to see if you do this. Okay, so I'm stepping through it by pressing F8 on my keyboard, or you can go up here to debug and start doing F8, step into. Okay, but I'm doing step 8 because it's comfortable. So F8, just reach for it. So 6 divided by 0 is going to be, you can't do it, so it's a division by 0, and so then it's going to go back. If you don't handle the error, somebody's going to see this and they're going to freak out. They're going to say, oh, I have an error. Some weird thing came up. And so really you want to guide them. They won't know what, the user that uses this probably won't know what you're talking about. They won't know how to tell you the right information. And so it's better to handle it. Okay, so I'm pressing end. So you go into here, it's pretty easy to do. So we do on error, go to, and this is going back to like basic times, just the basic language, not Visual Basic, but the basic, BASIC. Go to, because this is going to a label. Go to the error handler, and you can actually use this now if you want. You can use errors. So error handler, and this is going to be a label, and let's say message box, and then say error. You have an error. Okay, and then you could probably be more descriptive than this, but I'm going to show you that's the basic. And we're going to go, this is the type of message box it's going to be. see all these you have to choose from here. You can choose from all these. Let's say what I like to do is exclamation, just because you could save the freak out for your message box. And then error is the title of the message box, and then let's just run it with that and see what happens. Okay, so you have an error. Now there's one thing I missed, but I want to tell you what it was. So you have an error. Okay, so it goes in there. It looks a lot nicer. You can say you have an error, and so you have an error, and let's say we can make it. We can candidate the error number here using the ERR object number to be more descriptive of what this error is about. I'm pressing F5. X5 just skips all this stuff. You have an error 11. Okay, so I can, in this box, I can actually start typing select case error dot number, and case 11 is divided by 0, and case else equals something different, because they may come up with some weird error that you really don't know what it is, but you don't want them to find out. You just want to look at it because you're probably the more level-headed person around. And let's say message box. Let's say division by 0. Message box. You can't divide by 0. Okay, you can't divide by 0, and then have this div by 0 not allowed, and allowed. And okay, so we're good. Save it. Let's see. Okay, you can't divide by 0. 11. Let me show you something different here. So let's say we have this. We're going to comment it out, and we're going to have 6. Let's say yeah, 6 is, so okay, let's say this is allowed. 0 divided by 6. Okay, so we're not gonna have an issue with it's gonna be 0, because you divide a number by 0, it's gonna be 0. Okay, and then you have an error. Well, that's not good, because here, first of all, you say it's a 0, and second of all, you say you have an error. Well, then that makes the user confused. What we didn't do here is we didn't exit the sub, because we want to exit the sub if there's no error. We want to exit the sub before we get to that label that says, because we work at a the vertical, it goes, the program will start at the top and continue its way down. And so what we want to do is stop the code at the point of exit sub. So let's step through this. Okay, 0, and then we exit the sub before it gets to the error handler label. So we're exiting sub, we never hit it. If we didn't have exit sub here, we would automatically go to the label. Okay, then it would go down to the label, and then it would know what you want, and so it's just say you have an error. Because it's select case, there is no error number. 0, and then error number, there's nothing here there's no error number, so it's case else you have an error. And you have an error 0 because 0 is the error number. It's 0 because there's no error. And then we go ahead, but it's confused, so we got to direct the program to do the right thing, to have the right operation, to get the right result. So here again, 0, and then we're done. And that, my friends, is how you can generate, how you have handle errors in Access VBA. There's more on my blog, VBAHowTo.com, link below, and you could see if you have any more questions, specific questions, make sure you leave them down there in the leave your question down there in the comments below. Make sure you do all the good things, like click the like button, click the subscribe button, everything everybody else tells you to do, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.